So today we're going to be going over some various tips and tricks on ways to stay safe to make sure that you're not getting scammed when buying tickets online. So we're going to start by making sure that we're looking up the correct group. Because our group has been so successful, we've had an issue with a lot of different groups copying us and trying to replicate what we have going. So our first step is to make sure that you're looking at the correct group. The first notification that we're looking at the correct group you're going to see is it's going to say by Austin Lang. None of the other groups will say this. This is going to be specific to ours. In this example, we're going to be saying that somebody by the name of Taylor Cox has sent you a message saying that he has tickets available. So we want to check and make sure that he's a legit verified seller and that his profile is real. The first thing we're going to do is check the verified sellers list. So we're going to click on this featured tab. That's going to take us to this next page where we're going to click on this Google document, and here's a list of all of our verified sellers. We're going to scroll until we find his name, which should be in alphabetical order, and there he is. So he is verified on the list. Now our next step is to make sure that the profile messaging us is truly Taylor. So we're going to go back to the group homepage, look for that search icon in the top, and then scroll down to members and click see all. After that, you'll see all the admin there. If you don't see us there, that is a big red flag, but you should see everybody listed there, and we're going to go ahead and search for Taylor. Now my screen is going to look a little bit different than yours because I do have admin privileges on this page. We're going to click on view profile. Now let's look at all the green flags we're looking for. We see that he's got a bunch of points, which means that he's active in the group. He's been in the group since 2023, and you can see there that he's got a group expert badge. From here, I would say that you're safe to send him a message with that button right there, and you've got the right Taylor. But let's take it a step further and check out his profile and see what other green flags we see. We're going to click on those three dots and click view profile and take a look. Here we see that he's got 3,000 friends. We have some mutuals. Another green flag that we're going to see is that all of his posts have actual dates on it. I'll show you later, but if there were ever a clock there, that is a very bad sign. That means that they're altering the dates on their posts to make their profiles look more believable. You can also see that his posts get a lot of engagement, like likes and comments. I'm going to use another verified seller, Ryan, as a different example. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to pull up his profile so that way we can see his activity in the group. Again, yours is going to look a little bit different than mine. For this example, I'm going to say that Ryan was messaging me and we've been going back and forth about tickets, and now I'm just doing my due diligence before I actually send him money to make sure that the account is real. Again, keep in mind, me and Ryan have already been chatting, so there should be messages between us. So here I'm going to pull him up. We're going to look, make sure we see our group expert badge, and we're going to click on this message button. Now, if you'll notice, me and Ryan have no messages here. So how could we have been talking about tickets if there's no messages here? Well, that's because Ryan's profile was cloned. So somebody is posing as Ryan as a verified seller to try to get you to send them money, but it's not really Ryan. So not having messages here is a big red flag that I am not talking to the correct account. By messaging him the way you just saw me do, we're making sure that this is the correct profile. This is truly Ryan, not somebody who's duplicated his account. Now, let's go over what it looks like when you're looking at a fake group. Here, I just searched for a verified group because everybody seems to be using that as a hot word lately. We're looking at the Detroit Lions. We're going to pull up their admin list here and take a look. So, looks like they got a couple different admins. We're just going to pick on the first one here, this Savannah. Now, a couple red flags we're seeing. No posts and only 76 friends. Also, notice that clock I was talking about earlier. She's changing the dates on the posts to make them look like the account has activity through the years. If we go and we click on her friends and we scroll through a little bit, we also see a lot of really strange accounts. Weird names, not in America, just really weird names going on here. This is a huge red flag. I would put money that this account is 100% fake. Clicking on another of their admins has some weird thing about telling people to iMessage to message them. Again, another big red flag. 41 friends, Justin, but I don't know, you tell me, does this look like a Justin to you? But I'm not one to judge. Scrolling through again, we're seeing that clock come up to look like the account has activity throughout the years. Again, I would put money that this account is not legitimate, it's not real. Another thing we see, not a lot of likes, not a lot of engagement. Now, some people do have their profiles very private, so you can't go based on that a lot of the times. But again, just adding to the red flags of things we're seeing. Again, showing you another admin, same thing going on here. Also going to show you that when we're looking on comments, we're always looking for that group expert badge whenever somebody is saying that they have tickets. If somebody does not, like you'll see our friend Will here, we're going to go ahead and get this taken care of so that way he knows that he needs to properly verify before listing these tickets. And here's a little behind the scenes action. Now, our friend Will here did just join the group, so we are going to give him a little bit of grace to realize the error he made and get everything corrected to make sure that he's on the list going forward. But that's all the tips and tricks that I've got for you today. Of course, if you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out to any member of the admin team. Make sure you're staying safe, make sure you're keeping others safe, and go dogs.